Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 16 of the podcast. Today we have with us Jeremy. He's a good friend of Sid's. He's made it in the fitness industry, he's made it in the sales industry. He's also been on this podcast twice now.
Twice
Yeah,
before,
twice
yeah.
before.
Making this a third one.
Yeah.
Third one, yeah, third one, best for last, right? So, yeah, please introduce yourself again. Tell us a bit about your life. What's it been like recently?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, boys. These two guys are awesome. They work hard, try to provide the best value for you guys.
Thank you.
Great people, love
Thank you.
coming on here. Yeah, no, so I'm in the fitness industry, do some sales, obviously, and yeah, working remote right now.
Nice. And yeah, man, so for the last time Jeremy came on the podcast, he was just, traveling around Vancouver, had some time. So now he's come to Vancouver. He just came from San Diego San Diego, right? San Diego.
San Diego, San Fran.
Yeah, San Diego,
It's called.
San Francisco, and LA, because that's financial freedom at its finest. So yeah, man, how was the entire San Diego, San Francisco, and LA trip?
LA's kind of ran through. It's
Mhm.
it's cool. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's fun, but San Diego had my heart.
Right, why?
It's just less crowded,
Right.
and it's just like the people just seem like happier,
Mm-hmm.
and it's close to Mexico, so the tacos are fire.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Except like sun, weather, perfect, awesome weather. San Fran, I picked the wrong neighborhood because I didn't realize it was right beside like some rough neighborhoods.
Well, what makes you say that? Why was it a rough neighborhood?
Well, I made a rough neighborhood. A couple people definitely weren't
Which
sober.
people?
It was an interesting experience, but it was a good time. Either way, California's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely see myself setting up shop there in San Diego next year.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
So,
100%.
yeah.
And so for the past 6 weeks, you've just been traveling and you do your thing online, and
Yeah.
that must feel great, right? And a lot of our audience, I think they also want to reach a point where they're
Yeah.
not bound to a 9 to 5 or a location.
Yeah.
They want not only financial freedom, but the freedom to like travel and still make money while still having fun, like exploring the world, right?
Mhm.
So give us a bit of insight into that. What did your like life entail for the past 6 weeks? Like, how was it work hard, play hard? What did you do?
Yeah. So, as any human would, when I first got out of Toronto and got in San Diego, first 3 days were tough to stay focused. Like, I mean, real tough. I met new people, and having to leave early. I just gotta make sure I showed up on time for myself. But
Yeah.
I always know like that's a big mistake people make is when they stop doing the things that got them there,
Yes.
and that's when they start going backwards.
Right.
Because it takes more discipline the more success you get,
Mhm.
because you're more or less likely to want to do it. It's like if you had $1 million, would you wake up tomorrow and go to school? Probably not.
You take it for granted.
You take it for granted, right? Or go for work? Probably not, right? So it's like learning that the first 3 days were hard, like as any human would. I'm not gonna say it was easy. But then after that, I get into like the mindset is in like if I want to stay here, like I'm gonna need to work my ass off,
Mm-hmm.
right? And part of my mindset too is like I don't see what I can get away with. I see what I'm made of. And when you flip the script like that onto your career, I've noticed like how can you fail? Because
Mhm.
you want to push through when things get tough. It's like, yeah, I'm going home early because I want to see what I'm made of. This time
100%.
next year, I'm not going to remember what I would be doing that night. I'd be remembering more so, am I at where I want to be?
Right.
So it's almost like a tunnel vision too. But I always like changing your setting. It feels like a freshen up the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that really helped me is just getting out of there.
No, 100%, man. And so I want to ask you like a bit of a personal question,
Yeah.
right? Because yesterday I got really frustrated, like I
Yeah.
told you before. I got really frustrated because I was doing all these different things for
Yeah.
YouTube, and I just hit my breaking point. I was like, "Fuck! I just need a break. Fuck
Yeah.
this." I went for a walk, and
Yeah.
I called you. So when that happens to you, right? Like when you hit that,
Mhm.
like when you get really frustrated, when like it's just not clicking that day.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So I would do the exact same thing as you. As I take away. I used to in the past not to. I tried to power through, and it made it worse. In
Right.
fact, there was a Christmas. I remember I was trying to film a video, ruined my entire Christmas because I thought I was trying to do it on Christmas Day. I wanted to finish it. I wanted to feel accomplished. Took over my entire day. I remember the day very vividly. But now I'm more in the senses in like, okay, I'm gonna walk away because I want to tell myself that this does not gonna be able to control me. I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna finish it. But I also know each struggle I get each day is preparing me for a bigger struggle in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more success, the more you go further in life, comes more responsibilities, more stress, and it's just gonna get worse.
Right.
So it's almost like reassuring. It's in like, well, if I'm letting the little things bug me, then I probably shouldn't be in business at all. Probably shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like working out, but you only want to work out when you feel like working out. It's like, well, you're probably gonna get very minimal results,
Right.
right? Like, what's the point of setting goals in fitness if you're just gonna work when it's convenient? So it happens to everyone, but it's how you bounce back.
100%.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess the next follow-up question from that would be like, of course you can, bounce back, and
Yeah.
I feel like the reason we do certain things, even though we don't want to do it, is to feel accomplished at the end of the day, kind of powering through, because we see so much, like,
Yeah.
so we see the people who've already done it say, yeah, power through and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What are the exact steps you do? Do you go for a walk, or do you just journal it down? Like, what is the exact step-by-step process you do for
Yeah.
that?
So the way I even have this on my phone, do all that can be done today.
Mhm.
It's not work hard. It's not like any of the that type of BS. It's more so do all that can be done that day, and that's gonna look different for each day. There's gonna be days where you're sick, you have migraines, you can only maybe do an hour towards your goals. You can only do maybe 30 minutes, or maybe you're in the gym, but you know what, you did 2 sets, you're not gonna do that third set because
Right.
you feel really dehydrated, or whatever. But the key is to do all that can be done each day. And when you start maxing out your days, like so on and so forth, day by day, you're gonna get there. Because
Mhm.
life's just a collection of time. Focus on
Right.
winning as many days as possible, and you're gonna go golden eye.
It's like compound interest, right? Like,
Exactly.
a small win every day will just
Yeah.
compound like
100%.
overnight.
Yeah. Because my thing is like, you say you work hard, you say you work hard. A million other people say they work hard out there, but why are they not happy?
Right.
I know I said I work hard. I still don't think I'm like top dog. With people way ahead of me, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, everyone says they work hard.
Mhm.
The key is, did you do all that can be done today? Now, if you go ask the population, well, I kind of slacked with this and I didn't fully finish this. It's
Mhm.
like, then that's the difference,
Right.
right?
No,
You still talk to Bridger and everything. Like, I see his calendar. I'm pretty sure it's just jam packed with a whole bunch
Oh
of
yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
right? Because he manages his time,
Right.
but he maxes out the day. Right? And you see you're doing a bunch of other shit like work
Mhm.
and stuff like that. You max out your time. It's
Right.
like when all of the boys, and when Parsa invited me over, he sent me a calendar invite. Freaking guy. Like this, I'm like, all right, man, you respect your time.
I mean, yeah, for dinner tonight.
You respect your time.
Calendar
Calendar.
invite.
Calendar invite.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you want to play. See, that means you respect your time.
Respect your time, and also I just think it's a matter of like organization.
Yeah.
And it's discipline.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might forget, but if you had dinner tonight or not, but you definitely won't if you blocked it out. And
Yeah.
also like then you're following up on all these commitments that you've made already.
Yeah.
You're not like double booking yourself. You're still showing up for people, but putting it on your calendar is not just a fun thing to do. You do
Yeah.
it just purely because, well, respect my time.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
yeah, it's a part of the process. You
Yeah.
gotta
And
you gotta work through it.
And a lot of people say, like, the person who got me on this was Brandon Carter. Shout out for King Keto.
Mhm.
He, a lot of people say they can't do it because it feels too stressful to manage all their time. And it's like, well, what's more stressful? Not having a plan to get to where you want to go?
Mhm.
Because if you don't plan your time, you wing it. People say, oh, I'll find time to work out this week. Yeah, bullshit.
That is
Right.
Bullshit.
No.
100%.
You said that for the past year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's like,
yeah.
well, if you haven't started working out yet in the past year, do you really want to, or you just feel like you should based off everyone else's expectations?
It's just a bunch of excuses.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is. And it's just a matter of taking one small step and then
Yeah.
looking at what's in front of you and take that
Mhm.
next step. And it does get overwhelming sometimes,
yeah.
right? Like with your YouTube, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And even for you, like long days, long hours, high pressure. And it's 365. Like a business isn't like a 9 to 5 when you have like
Yeah.
you can take 2 weeks off in a year, you can
Yeah.
plan your life out, it's nice and
Yeah.
comfy. But it's like you're showing up 365 days. Like if
You
one
are.
of your clients
Mm.
is
Yeah.
calling you on like Christmas and is
Yeah.
like, I need your help with it, well,
Yeah.
you made a commitment to them.
Yeah.
And if you want to be a successful businessman, then you have to show up for that, whether you
Yeah.
like it or not.
Something you said too is really huge. Is that if you want to start like an online thing, just realize, yeah, you don't have a location you're stuck to, but you
Mhm.
can't turn it off.
Yeah.
7 p.m., 8 p.m.
Yeah.
there's no like or there's no snow days. There's no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no I'm sick. I can't come to the like. You're pretty much like working, but like I mean, again, like it goes back to my mental frame. I mean, like, are you trying to see how much you can get away with and succeed, or are you trying to see what you're truly made of? For me, it was about seeing what I'm truly made of, and I'm attached to the person of who I'm becoming along the way.
Right.
Like I sucked at organization my entire life. I in school and everything like that. Well, I mean, if you want to be more successful, you're gonna have to manage your time. You can't create more time. You got to manage it. So, well, I better start freaking learning how to manage it better, right? And then start taking pride in it. And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, man. You know what? 2 hours. Let's go. That's it. No more, right? And then after that, I'm gonna get back to my shit. And then you start finding out you enjoy it. Like I think people see like some of my social media stuff and be like, "Yo, you don't work 80 hours a week," and I'm like, "Yes, I do. You go eight hours of sleep at night or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you got obviously you work for 80 hours a week. So then you got 32 hours to work out and dick around and do whatever,
Right.
right? So that's the 32 hours that I think there's a lot of that with a lot of entrepreneurs though too, where it's like, oh, this guy's the dream life, and they're not showing the 80 hours of like grinding and like all that type of shit,
Right.
and they just think they have the perfect life. It's
Yeah.
not the case.
It's
Like,
tough. You don't.
what was it like there was a very tough stretch for me where it's like it was hard. Like it challenged my mental frame, right? I try to be somewhat vocal about it, but like since I haven't learned the lesson off it, I don't want to share the story.
Right.
When you start sharing the story, you look like a victim mode. But if you already learned the lesson, then you can be like, okay, here's what I learned, here's what I struggled with, here's how I overcame it, and here's what the lesson was, and then you talk about it.
100%.
And I'm just waiting for all those lessons to happen so I can start saying more like struggles that have happened. Because don't get me wrong, my life is not fucking perfect. No one is.
Right. Yeah.
And I think if you're thinking that too, it's like if you have no stress in your life, that means you're not working hard enough towards anything. Like anyone, like think of like for like successful gets thrown around a lot, but think of anyone that you look up to. Even freaking movies. Everyone there
Right.
goes through a struggle and then kicks the villain's ass.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Otherwise it'd be freaking boring. And there would be a statue of the person.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess if you're also your target market that you want to start an online type of career, then expect some flack, expect some hate.
It's good.
Hate's good.
It's good.
Everyone's gonna start looking at you different. You're gonna have to look like an idiot before you succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I mean, for me, it just started off with I had a private story on Snapchat, and I just posted inspirational shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And it was like stuff that made me feel motivated to continue my fitness journey. And then I realized people started liking it, and I was just posting it for me.
Right.
I thought some of the stuff was like, yo, that's kind of cool, right? And I was like, I was dumping this shit on there,
Yeah.
and people were liking it. I was like, all right. And then I started transforming, and I had a couple buddies that were like, yo, like, can you show me how to train? And I wasn't charging a thing. I was like, yeah, man, come over. Doing that, and ever since then, they started getting good results, and then I was like, oh shit, they're like, make this a business, and I'm like, nah, not really. I don't want to be like a trainer, and then I just went with it. Like I started switching off, and I was like, okay, let's go online, right? Because if you go online, you help more people. You're not attached to a single location, right?
Yep.
And you also learn a ton of new skills. Like I'm in sales right now. Shout out 253 Media, Nicholas Reed, the goat. He's we're in sales. I'm loving it too, and it's like I've always been a very social guy, right? So, just kind of leaned into my strengths there,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, no, I'm just it's again going to see what you're truly made of.
Right.
So yeah, that was a great story, by the way, and I agree, right? Like, you started from something small, you started from nothing, right? You're just private stories on your Snapchat,
Yeah,
and you've got some traction, which is great to hear. And I was speaking with you briefly before
Yeah.
we started recording, and you said 17 clients, which is great, right?
Mhm.
I'm really curious. What was your story about getting your first client in the fitness space? How did you go about that?
First client,
And how did that feel?
like that wasn't a friend or like that I got like a stranger that I converted.
Stranger.
Yeah, strangers that you converted.
Stranger that I converted.
Yeah. How'd you go about that?
Honestly, you feel as if you realize it's real,
Mm-hmm.
and then you also realize that like people are putting their faith in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
putting their faith in you. You're gonna make sure that you get the best results.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a vote of confidence.
Mhm.
They're struggling with a problem. They're hurting, and they're like helping.
Right.
They reached out, and it's because I resonated with them compared to every single other person.
Right.
So it's one of those things where it's like your fulfillment comes so much easier. That's why you give your clients less. Because like I don't view it as like a dollar sign. I view it as in they're trusting me.
Mm-hmm.
And when you give me your trust, I'm going to show you why people trust me to begin with. I'm going to show you why I'm the best. Right? You're going to get the best results. Because that's what I pride myself on. I get the results.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's it. I have the best transformations. No one can compete.
I love that. And I'm curious, like most people would ask this question, right? They'll kind of do their research on it, but let me just ask you straight up.
Yeah.
What differentiates you from everyone else in the fitness space?
I think it's because I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I was looking at like the majority of the fitness industry, and there's a bunch of people that all look massive,
Mhm.
lean. Like there are people leaner than me, they look bigger than me, 100%. But I'm not so much all about the gym. I'm more about like self development, like learn new skills. Date the goal of your dreams, go after your career in life, build up like your entire like magnetic aura,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we said, like have like a more balanced proportion of your life. Because when you solely focus on just building your body, that's where body dysmorphia comes into play. Once you build it like 85% of your physique, it's like, okay, still work on your body. I'm not telling you to coast, but I'm just saying what other areas of my life do I need to prioritize?
Mhm.
You have your health, you're in good shape, lean, you attract people, right? You feel like respect amongst your peers, all that type of stuff. Where else can I improve? Like I'm more of the self-development side, and I'm pushing you to like really go all in on that.
Right.
So that's where I feel like I'm able to differentiate, as well as like I do 8 to 12% body fat year round, and I work out 2 days a week, which
Right.
not a lot of people
Can do.
can do, or have. Everyone can do it, just not a lot of people have figured out how to do
How to
it.
do it. Right.
Right? So like if you're a busy guy, you don't want to have your fitness and consume your life. That's a big thing, and as well as I don't believe in meal plans, because I remember there was a time I was going on dates and I was like, shit, I had to pack like chicken and 11 almonds, very vividly, right? That was my day. Pack chicken and 11 almonds, eat that, right? And she was cooking something nice, and I was like, shit, whatever. But anyways, but now it's like I don't believe in meal plans. You're not eating off a PDF every time. So it's like I teach a lot of people to like track it on your own, learn about your nutrition, learn about your body type. How do you structure it? How do you structure your macros in order for you to like go to restaurants, go to parties, do some tequila, right? And
Develop
look
the
like
TSLs, yeah.
and look like an absolute badass.
Right.
Right? So,
And also one more thing I noticed with your program is you help guys with their dating.
yeah.
So
I don't advertise that, but
I know, but
Yeah.
you have helped them. I know,
Yeah.
helped with your mates and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, what is the most common question most of your clients have about that? Like, how hard is it?
Like common question like I get.
Yeah, like when it comes to this stuff.
It's they're really focused on what do I say, and it's like it's not what you say, it's who you need to become, right? Like
Right.
you go after the girl that you fantasize about, like who are they going after?
Right.
What type of person are they? Do they have discipline? Do they have mindset? Do they have resources? Do they in good shape? And it's when you start focusing on you, they come. When you chase anything, like any type of goal too hard, kind of repels you, right? It runs away. Like, think of even a dog. You chase a dog or a cat, it runs. But if you stay calm, you show you're just awesome, your cat comes and wants to be pet, right? It's the same thing. And, it's like, I don't know, I hear like a lot of questions like, does sales help improve your dating game? And it's like, well, you are a business, okay? Your body is the marketing, okay? Body and how you present yourself, how you dress is the marketing. After that, your communication skills is what's gonna get the sale, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And then who you are as a person, again, still communication skills, and it's still, do you have the resources to support a family, a functional family? That's gonna have your attention.
Mhm.
Yes.
You have all three of those things, you're gonna have an awesome day in life. But it
Right.
starts with, obviously getting in shape, dressing well, presenting yourself well. And 80% of communication is not verbal. It's how you present yourself.
Yes.
Right. I think it's important what he said. Like, it's not what you say. It's
How you carry yourself.
no. It's like most guys have the thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, what should I say? What should I say? But he said,
Yeah.
it's not what you say. It's
Who you become.
who you become, and that's really important. I
It
feel
is
like.
who you become because words are not sexy.
Right. So,
True.
say hypothetically, I wanted to be freaking Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I could be Bruce Wayne if
Yeah.
I wanted to.
You can be Bruce Wayne.
I could be Bruce. I
Well,
could be
like the
Batman.
whole generic dating advice of being yourself is completely bullshit, in my opinion. Because everyone that says be yourself dates threes. Okay, but if you realistically, if you're able to, I like to tell people to be yourself, but turn it up a notch, turn it up 10%.
Right.
What that's gonna do, like if you're a nerd, like naturally, I'm not saying don't be yourself, right? But if you're naturally a nerd, be the biggest nerd ever, and you're gonna repel all the people that hate nerds, and you're gonna attract
The ones who love it.
the ones that love it.
Yeah.
And then you're literally just being yourself, and people are starting to come to you.
Mhm.
Like, you don't, when people say, like, oh, be cocky or all that stuff, it doesn't have, if that's not you, don't be that person. But
Yeah.
turn yourself up a notch a little bit. It's like, think of the Barbie movie. It's the highest revenue film ever, right? It was solely designed for women. They didn't even give a shit about the guys, right?
Right.
It was only for women. In fact, if the guys watched it, we were meant to hate it just because of patriarchy and all that shit, right? I support women's rights and all that, but I'm just saying, like, it was meant for guys to
Right.
roll their eyes and not
Right.
like it and never
Yeah.
watch it again.
Yeah.
But they just struck it right at the girls, and they were loving it. They would rewatch it, they would share it with their friends, and it was just a perfect success. So with you, it's the same thing. If you can, like, be yourself, multiply by 10, push some people away, attract the ones you like, it's gonna be so much easier. And the best part is you're leaning into your strength. If you're a natural nerd, lean into it. Find a
Right.
Star Wars girl or a Transformers girl. Like, I don't know, right?
No,
There's really
100%.
no, like, introverts can do well in dating as well as, like, extroverts as well.
Nice.
100%. And that, yeah, that's one aspect of your, like, one of the things that you do with your fitness space and with your fitness industry and the mindset and everything.
Yeah.
That's great. But you also happen to mention the male body dysmorphia thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is something that I've realized doesn't get spoken about enough because guys are too afraid to admit that they have body
Yeah.
dysmorphia, even
Yeah.
though it might be like borderline. Like,
Yeah.
and that usually comes from guys that have gone through massive like transformation. Now, be that from like either skinny to big or like, fat to like, big now. Like,
Yeah.
it still exists. Like,
Yeah.
people keep comparing themselves to other people at the gym. Like, oh, he can bench 3 plates, I can
Yeah.
bench 2. Like, it's not good
Yeah.
enough. Where does that? How do you help people overcome that? Like, because I'm sure you get
Yeah.
asked quite a lot.
So a lot of people put the number on the pedestal. They think
Yeah.
my life, I'll look good when I hit this number, right? That's the problem. And it's even like in the little things too. Like you said, you went through a lot of weight loss journey, right?
Yeah.
Hypothetically, were you ever scared to bulk after?
Yeah, 100%. I'm bulking
Right?
right now, and it's killing me.
And you're scared, right?
Yeah,
As I was the same way. I was overweight. I was terrified of blocking. I'm like, no fucking way, because you assert it as going backwards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Even though you know it's like, okay, it's a 200 calorie surplus, I'm getting fat. You
No,
know what I mean?
same.
But like logically, but it's emotionally, you're terrified.
Yeah.
And you subconsciously want to eat a little less and less. And you bulk for 3 days, you want to come back. Right?
Yeah.
So it is it shows up everywhere. Like I know you went through a transformation too, right?
Yeah, no, I won't have a donut.
Yeah.
If I don't work out, if I don't get my
Yeah.
steps in, and after I have that donut, if I have a donut,
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
cut so freaking out, even if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Like I wake up lean, huh? But I'm like, no, I'm fat.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, it's a problem.
That's the problem with
Yeah.
emotions. The thing with emotions, they should have no relevance on anything you do. They're literally just neurons in your head, right? They're not real. They're no logical. And it's like, even I tell people, like, because I help people with communication and all that stuff like that too, where it's like, if someone has a fear that's emotional, you don't ever try and handle it with logic, right? So, for instance, a kid's scared in an elevator, right? I'm not going to tell the kid, yo, this thing goes up a million times, it's not going to break. Instead, I'm going to hug him and tell him it's going to be okay. And handle the emotion with emotion.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll just smile.
But that's also
Yeah.
that's the logical thing to do as well.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's like, the kid's scared, you're not going to tell the kid,
Yeah.
the plane or the elevator works a million times, it's going to be fine. You're going to hug them and say it's going to be okay until it's over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how you comfort someone. So, it's important to recognize emotional stuff and logical stuff.
Yeah.
And it's something I really help people uncover when it comes to no. You think it's all an emotion side that you attach your worth to a 225 bench press
Yeah.
and not attaching your worth to becoming a person. Because what I do with all my clients, I make them write down everything they need to do each day. Because this is how you build confidence. Confidence, you're not what you repeatedly say you are what you repeatedly do.
Right.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you write down a to-do list every day, just shit you want to do, right? You have to do to hit your goals. And you check that off, right? You're going to start building confidence because you're building a self-belief in yourself that, hey, I said I was going to do this, I did this, and I did this for multiple days in a row.
Right.
And so how I started, I put this shit on the billboard. Yeah, it was close, but same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I just saw a bunch of victory.
Yeah.
How do you think you would feel if you start seeing, like, a bunch of, like, wins, victory across the day? You're going to start building a bit more self-belief. And it's like, when you're on this, so this scale's the same way. It's like, holy smokes, man, I'm consistent with this every day for the week, and I'm down 3 pounds, 2 pounds, whatever. You're like, shit, I can do this, right? It's about optimizing your dopamine system too, which a lot of people struggle with. But I think most of the self-help industry is pretty bullshit, not gonna lie.
100%. And I also do want to say that, right? Like, you may have like all the stuff on the whiteboard and everything, but then you might tick it off as well. But sometimes when you don't finish a to-do list on a certain day, how do you feel then?
So let me tell you something. I don't eat dinner until that list is done.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that in a previous episode.
There's no chance. And if you know what, if some this is important because when some people would say life got in the way today, I'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I say no fucking chance. Life did not get in the way today. I'm not eating dinner. And if I don't eat dinner until 10:30 that night, that's life.
That's life.
Okay.
That's life. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm sure there's gonna be some point in my life where, let's say someone's in the hospital that I didn't see coming. Like, that's completely different. That's different.
Yeah.
But I'm tired. Something held me back. The dog ran around the neighborhood. I chased it. Like this those type of shit. Like,
Yeah.
no chance. Because that's any outside circumstances and impact where you want to go. And this time next week, what are you going to be more? What are you going to remember more? The fact that you didn't stay true to your word, or the fact that you didn't, accomplish your goals.
100%.
And the thing is with this, it's not like, and I say this with people all the time. It's like, if I mess up my diet one day, or if I go for my calories one day, will it affect me? In isolation, no, it won't. But discipline is like a muscle. Once you tell yourself it's okay not to do the things on the list. Next time something hard happens, well, I got away with it once. I can do it again. Why do you think cigarettes come into place? You probably don't get addicted on the first puff, but you will survive the first puff or whatever.
Yeah.
You second one, I am still alive. Well, okay, third one, it's like, oh shit, I kind of want the first. You know what I mean? And then you're fucked.
It's a landscape.
And it goes backwards. And the fitness is the same thing, where if you can be consistent at it, or your life or whatever your goals, but once you say the to-do list that has no meaning on you. It's like the same thing with the calendar, same thing with everything,
Right.
right? You ignore your calendar once, you're fucking, I can do it again. I'm still here. I didn't lose any money. I'm still making progress, and then it's like, it goes back to what I said before. It's like the more success you get, the more discipline it takes to do the things that got you there. There are plenty of things I'd rather be doing in San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then getting on call.
Then getting 8 p.m. work. Okay, like, come on.
Oh yeah. No, it's crazy. Like, so I'm curious. How do you manage your clients and everything? Like, what do you tell them to do? When do you tell them to do it? And how do you tell them to do it?
Give us like the
So great question. So once they hop on, like it depends what tier you're in, because I got
Like VIP.
VIP. Yeah, it's like I asked your creator, should have asked them how do you respond best, right? Some people need a little bit more of the motivation type of side. The other people need, yo, Jer, if I'm not doing it, slap me, right, through the screen, and that's essentially. I understand a bit more what gets them motivated, and then the first thing we tackle is obviously do the custom plans for fitness and stuff like that. But first thing we tackle is where they want to go in life, right? Because shout out Bridger Rogers. If you don't like where you want to go, you won't like where you end up,
Exactly.
right? Or if you don't know where you're going, you won't end up where you like. So we get very specific on the plan, and after that, we focus a lot on mindset, because mindset is the reason why people fail fitness. Realistically, you can eat a pretty good serving size, lose body fat, but the reason why people fail at it is because their mindset, they focus so much on the foods they can't have versus appreciate the foods and good foods they can have.
Yeah.
And it's a mindset that's not only affecting them in their fitness, but it's affecting them in their entire life. It goes back, I don't think I'm grateful because this person has this and I only have this. Right? And it's a natural mindset that where you always look at what you can't have as opposed to what you do have.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and you're dudes, so you'd understand this. And hopefully, most of you guys are dudes too. But it's kind of like when, I don't want to say that.
Nah, go for it.
We can cut that out.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you have a girlfriend. It's like you're like, you start noticing that it's like, well, I kind of want it more now. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I can't relate.
you can't. You kind of want. It's like you realize it more, if that makes sense.
I guess that more people want you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a more scarcity thing, but
Demand and supply.
yeah. Well, you start looking at what you don't have, and you don't appreciate what you do, and you always want to get a better girl.
And yeah, it kind of stops with that, right? Because not even just with the women, but like with food, like you said, You're always looking at what you don't have. You're always looking at what the next best like supplement is that you could take to like lose weight. And there is no fast track to
There's no
success.
fast track.
There
No.
is no like
No.
the only way out this is through. And
Yeah.
like to get the body that you want, you have to bulk again. Like if you were
Yeah.
fat, you went thin, and then like you know what I mean, right? Like
Yeah.
and when people like struggle with that, it's like they would rather be okay with being mediocre
Yeah.
than kind of go through the bulking, cutting, and then like staying shredded throughout.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's something that you do offer as well, right? Like
Yeah.
you were saying anywhere between 8 to 20 body fat
Eight,
throughout the
12.
year. 8 to 12, sorry. 8 to 12.
8 to 20 is crazy.
20, yeah, 20 is crazy, but 8 to 12 is great. But like, and that can be a struggle for a lot of people, right? And I'm sure I don't know if some of your clients have also been like 8 to 12 is a number that's really difficult for me to hit.
Yeah.
How do you keep them, within that range? What do you tell them to be like? This is why you should stay within this range. This is what you should do to stay within this range.
What number?
What are you talking about?
The
What do you tell your clients with like the weight?
Oh, yeah. So if you try and tell anyone anything, it won't work because no one wants to be told. They want to think they're doing the best thing possible for them.
mm-hmm.
So what you got to do is you got to realign their values, what they want, and then I don't want to say make them realize, but they kind of already know. That's why they joined the program. This is something they want to do.
Yeah.
But you remind them of their values. I was saying like why this is important to you. Why do you want to do it? Because when you have your why, you're able to do the thing a lot easier,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that would be the main thing too. Is like I listen to a song every time I want to get super locked in, and I attach that song with my leanest condition, and when I hear the song, I can just like all hunger goes.
Right.
All hunger goes.
Don't mind me asking what's the song?
I'll share that after.
We're gonna hear some Taylor Swift on me.
Sure. Nah, it's not Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That's there. Shout out to Lipa.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Dua Lipa, Dua Lipa.
explanation needed.
Yeah.
All you gotta say.
No, but that's crazy. And so let's talk about now like some people that wanna become fitness coaches just like you.
Fitness coaches.
People that wanna aspire to be like you.
Okay.
Live in San Diego yet still be shredded.
Yeah.
Drink tequila but still be like dialed in. Like and
Yeah.
what advice would you have for someone who wants to start their own online fitness program?
Yeah.
Wants to get as many clients as possible, wants freedom
Yeah.
of time, freedom of location.
So first of all, I figure out what makes you unique, what makes you
Mhm.
stand out. Like that's so everyone knows like what makes more money, the heart surgeon or the regular doctor.
Yeah.
Heart
Yeah.
surgeon,
You
right?
need a niche,
right?
Mhm.
Like if someone wants to get ripped, do they want to go to the guy that helps people build muscle as well as powerlifting, or do you want to go to the guy that only thing he does is get people under 10% body fat? No. Well, I'm gonna go to that guy.
Right.
So you get a niche, and then I focus on the what, right? The who and the how, or the who, the what, and the how. And what that is who, know your age, right? For the what are we doing for them, and how, like, could be any type of unique mechanism, intermittent fasting, whatever.
Mhm.
So you focus on that, and then you want to go a step further, as in like why, right? Is it because they want to be the lead in their family, play with their kids, have more energy with kids, they're more career focused, they're just after energy, productivity, mental clarity, right? Like go more depth in that. And then after that, like I think that you were saying, like a lot of people think it's oversaturated. Remember, the average person is like what, 25 pounds overweight, 20 pounds overweight,
I think 25.
and it's trending downwards. So you're gonna have high demand.
Right.
Yes, it's saturated 100%, but you know what's also booming way further on the other side is the people that are actually getting more obese. It's
Mhm.
child obesity, it's going way down. That you're always gonna have a job. Now as far as like, I don't think people will pay money for anything online, or maybe I don't know how to. People won't pay so much money for coaching and all that type of stuff. Well, the way I like to think about it is like the world or U.S. is like $3.1 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
Everyone buys shit they can't afford.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they see the value in something, I'm buying it.
It's a stupid financial decision.
Yeah, man, it is stupid, man.
But it works.
It works.
It works.
Yeah. People pay. You exchange like values. Like say if you had $5,000 just on you, they're in your bank account. Let's just say.
Mhm.
I just bought a Ferrari, and I didn't like the transmission or whatever, and so I said, you know what, I'll give it to you for free. You just cover my first month's rent, and it's $7,000. You gonna still tell me you don't have fucking $7,000? Or you gonna say 1 second I'm getting that money somewhere, right? You're gonna say yeah, man. And we're talking about a $400,000 car.
Yeah.
When you work on yourself, you get in shape, build discipline, get in your career, right? how sky's the limit on how much money you can make.
True.
If you work on your mindset, that's pretty worth millions.
Oh,
Right?
100%,
You
yeah.
you literally transform your entire life. You work 80 hours a week, you apply yourself, you go hard, you surround yourself with the right people. Why not? Like you'd be worth way more than a Ferrari after that.
Skilling
100%.
yourself up.
Yeah, you're scaling yourself up. So I mean, you find the money somewhere, put it in, right? So people exchange currency when they see the value. So don't be scared to sell your services for high ticket. And I've also noticed, bro, the less you pay for something, the less they pay attention. All my best testimonials, higher ticket
yeah.
option, right? No,
Right.
people that pay like just a couple $100 or just a couple bucks for a fitness program, they're not serious. It's less of a commitment, right? So even in all my coaching programs, it has to be a year commitment because I'm like, I don't give a shit to upsell. Like, I don't give a fuck for your money, but it's literally just because if you want to get in shape for 3 months and then fuck off, I don't want to work with you. I want someone that comes in, buys into the culture, saying they want to make this a lifestyle, want to prove themselves, want to rock 8-12% body fat year round, learn the skills, get more, better shape, and seriously make an impact, see what they're made of, right? So, and then push people away in your marketing if you can.
100%. It makes it more niche and directs towards specific people who would
Yeah.
align with your culture, your values.
I tell anyone, if you want to
Yeah.
bench 315-pound bench press,
It's not the place for
go
you.
for you. Go
Yeah.
somewhere else. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying I'm not the guy for you. I just taking your money, and
Yeah.
I don't want that. I pride myself on results, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like I don't care. I'm not gonna try and lie to you and say, yeah, you're gonna hit a 315-pound bench press tomorrow.
100%. And yeah, what's the parting advice you'd give to any aspiring business owner in the high ticket space?
Any aspiring business owner in the high ticket space, like when it comes to sales or
Or just generally, or like just any entrepreneurs. And I say yes,
Any
entrepreneurs.
like trying to start an
Yeah.
entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
We should trademark that.
Entrepreneurs.
Alex Emozi.
Yeah,
I missed that.
you're going to need to really believe in yourself
Mhm.
because there's going to be times where all logic says you might not be able to, and you're going to have that ridiculous self-belief, like almost delusional self-belief.
Yeah.
You have to be so, I got it, like super aggressive with it.
Mhm.
And because there's going to be times where you're going to get pushed down. Again, I'm no top dog. I've made good moves, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty good successful, but I'm still learning, and there's still days where logically it might say I'm not gonna get this goal, but it's just delusional belief has got me this far,
Mhm.
right? Because when I started, like when I was imagine you telling a 250-pound or 211-pound guy that you're gonna be a fitness coach, saying 8-12% body fat, traveling throughout the world. No, I guess like that's delusional confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like it's non-stop, right? Yeah.
It's needed.
It's needed for you to work the necessary hours because if you do something that you truly love, you're willing to put in the extra hours in. That's what's going to grow your business.
100%.
Right? It's the hours that you don't see that really make or break you.
Yeah, 100%. And it's fun. So it's fun. So you
I
guys
love it.
should
Yeah,
definitely like
100%.
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. No, it's fun. You guys have a blast making this podcast too.
Oh yeah, I love the content. It's my hobby, I'd say.
I learned so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
What's the biggest thing you both learned from doing the podcast?
The biggest thing I've learned from doing the podcast is the importance of exchanging your worth for, or it's like exchanging your skills for, like, you know, I wouldn't say money, but like value. It's like what value do you bring to the table? I would say that's something that I've learned is like really important if you want to make it big in life. Because I'm really, really clear on not working a 9 to 5, right?
Right.
And so the only way I can do that is by skilling myself up, by exchanging value for money. But the only way I can do that is by, you know, taking big leaps of faith, taking risk, and putting myself out there.
No risk, no reward.
No risk, no reward.
Yeah.
And putting myself out there. I think that is the biggest thing I've learned. The importance of that.
Yeah.
100%. You both looked at me at the same time. No, I'd say for me the podcast is like another stream of content for me. It's another area I'm kind of tackling because making a YouTube video and making a podcast are two different ball games.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of learning both of them at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
which is really interesting. And yeah, I just love making content, man. Like,
That's great.
so I'm just learning a different entire platform of content. We've got like 3 freaking cameras, 1, 2, 3. So it's very interesting, and
Good stuff.
I love it. I love it.
100%.
Yeah. Any other last questions?
Yeah, one more last question. I know everyone has like all these quotes and all in their mind, but what is how do you like most of these guys have these quotes and all, but they don't do anything. But it's like mental masturbation.
Yeah.
What do you like? How do you get people out of that?
Mental masturbation. Just ask them. I mean, if all stays the same, what's the most likely outcome?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question.
And I don't tell them anything. Remember, if you tell them something, they don't
Yeah.
like it. They
Yeah.
think you're lying. They maybe, but they say, well, I mean, if I just keep listening to quotes and motivation, I mean, I guess I'll just watch YouTube and have a higher screen time. And maybe they won't say it like that specifically, but they'll get the point. Well, I mean, I probably made no progress. The thing with progress is like moving the needle forward.
Hundred
What did you
percent.
do today to get ahead? It goes back to that thing. My thing on my lock screen.
On your lock screen. Yeah.
Right? Do all that can be done today. Move the fucking needle forward.
Mm-hmm.
Motivation's cool. That's all that stuff's cool. But that's also what like 12-year-olds watch.
Exactly. I
The
feel
real
like
men also like they go after it. They fucking.
I feel like motivation is for like the. I'm gonna get hate for this, but I'm gonna say it. Motivation is like it's for the emotionally immature
Yeah.
mental state.
Yeah.
If you need someone on the internet to hype you up and motivate you, then you're not internally motivated and you're gonna stop.
Yeah.
So
still.
like you can't be relying
It
on
has to
that.
come
Yeah.
intrinsic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the kind of thing where it's like, if you have a list of every single person that doubted you, hated on you, shit talked you, all that type of stuff, you look at that list and you know if you stop, you're proving these people right. Because if they're hating on you, calling you like, oh, you're not successful, all that type of shit, they weren't hating, they were just right.
Yeah.
They weren't hating, they were just right. And you're proving these people right. And it's like some people say, do it for yourself. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with using other people's negativity and turning it into your positivity.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like whatever, like but yeah, I guess my quote would be, if you want to buy things without looking at the price, you gotta
Look at the
grind
clock.
without looking at the clock.
Right.
And when I heard that, I was like, fuck. And it's like,
No, but like that brought me to like another quote in my head, which is like, success is the only revenge. Alex Simone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, success is the only revenge, right? And yeah.
yeah. And
I
it
love
also
that.
with
I love
fitness
that.
too. If you're trying to build
Yeah.
discipline, trying to build self-belief, you gotta get in shape.
Yeah,
It's gonna build
yeah.
rock solid discipline. You lost a ton of weight. You transformed. I
Yeah.
transformed. And yeah, man, let the
Yeah.
game speak in for you.
100%.
All right, guys. If you guys like that episode, leave a like, subscribe. The mailing list link is down below, so make sure to join it.
100%.
And yeah, next episode we're bringing the manager of the Sidemen on the podcast. So
That's gonna be
if
big.
you guys have questions for him, leave just comment down below, and we'll get
back
to it.
100%.
Yo, do I look better with a tan or no?
Oh. Guys,
got a
comment.
Peace.
Yeah. Comment down
Great
below if
having
you
you.
look good at the tan or not. And
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
100%.
Cheers.
It was great having you, man. Take care.
Cheers.
See you guys.
Do I look better with a tan?